Okay, hopefully we have sound and everything is working. Hi Patricia. Hi Tara, Debbie. We're going to give it a few minutes and get some people in here. Hey Sue. Just checking on my settings, making sure we have sound. Yay! Hi Louise. Hi Myrna. Hey Susie. Claudia. Okay. Let me play the intro and hey Jamie, we will get started. Okay. I have put together a little set of earrings here for you guys. I already put one together, which you saw in the photo, and we're going to put the other one together. I'll show you how it goes together. If you are a patron supporter, you do not have to request this file. It is on the exclusives tab for you. And it's on the exclusives tab because I was supposed to put it on the design tab and I put it on the wrong tab. So that's why it's there. But it is a public file, and if you are not a patron, you can request it at craftingwithapril.co under the file request, and I will send that to you via email, that link. So that being said, and I will show you the card. I just cut this little card here out of the Disney Cricut cardstock. It was the, let me check, and I'll show you on camera here in just a moment. The Disney Perfect Pair is what I cut mine out of. I used Caesar Easy Weed for the black and the white iron-on, and I used the Cricut Faux Suede for the red, and I used Cricut Gold Foil for the gold. So if you guys need that stuff, it should be listed down below. There's a link for Cricut and a link for Brilliant Vinyl to get your Caesar if you prefer that. And you can get your cardstock from Cricut as well. So let's move into what I'm going to make the earring, but we're not going to make it right now. I wanted to address some of the things. Hey guys, everybody coming in, Sharon, Cynthia, Ann. Earrings. Everybody's trying to cut earrings and stuff like that. Let me just slide this over. This is my downloads, but I got this from Design Bundles. But when they try to cut these intricate designs, it pulls the material up off the mat because it's cutting inside first and then the outside. And even some of the Cricut ones are doing that. Well, I found a way to fix the uploaded, and I think I found a way to fix the Design Space ones, and we're going to check out that theory. I've already checked this theory. I know it works. Everybody has access to Inkscape. I don't use Inkscape. It's, to me, a little confusing. I do use SCAL, so I'm going to show you guys how to do it in SCAL. I don't know if the functions are called the exact same thing, but you can do the same thing in Inkscape and fix this issue if you are one that cuts earrings or any other intricate design. Like from chipboard or the balsa wood and things like that, a lot of people are saying, you know, it shifts and it moves and it breaks. And with the material, it just chews it up. So let's go and see about how to fix that. Let me go over here to a clean design space window. Oops, I just lost my, there it is. I need that. I need it where I can see it. So I am going to first upload one of those earrings. So I'm going to go to upload, and I'm going to drag and drop that earring right here. And oops, I got the PNG. I don't want the PNG. Let me cancel that. Let me get the SVG. There it is. Upload, upload, and there we go. So I'm going to bring that earring in, and it's named and tagged. I'm just going to leave it like it is. Make sure you name and tag yours, guys, so that you can find them later when you're searching. If you don't name and tag, you're not going to find it. So here I have this earring, and this I'm going to leave here. This is the one that has had nothing done to it. Everybody's with me so far? I've done nothing to that except upload it. Okay? Nothing else. Now let's go over to SCAL and take that same exact one and bring it in. Well, first, maybe, let's go over to the camera first and cut this, and let me show you guys. I'm going to click Make It and send that over. And I'm just going to use craft paper because I don't want to mess up, I don't want to use up my suede and stuff like that. But just to show you guys. So I'm going to insert it, hit continue, let it pick up my maker, and watch. It's going to cut the outside shape. Hi, Sheila. It's going to cut that outside shape first and then the inside, which is what the problem is. We need it to cut inside first and then outside. So as soon as it picks up my maker here, and we're going to hit go. Wait a minute. I got something else on the mat. I have more than one window open. Sorry. There we go. Let it read my machine. My internet's a little slow. How many of you have been trying to cut earrings and having a problem? Yes, reset my device's connection. I don't know what's going on with my internet and my weird design space. Okay, select my device. Oh, it's trying to pick up. Gotcha. It's trying to pick up my other device. Well, maybe. Let's go USB. I must have hit my plug or something. Of course, it's always live, right? That's when all the things, weird things happen. Okay, maybe I'll show you guys if it wants to cooperate. There we go. Okay, so now it's found my Bluetooth, and I'm just going to select craft cardstock. We're going to load, and then watch it begin to cut, and you'll see it cuts the outside first. It's preparing. Since the update, I get this finalizing thing. I don't know if you guys get that, and you got the spinning wheel of death. Yeah, it does that little pause where it finalizes before it cuts, and you see it cut the outside. Now it's cutting inside. Well, the issue with that is when we've got our suede or our faux leathers or our leathers on there. Hi, Catherine. When it cuts that outside shape, it becomes a little loose, and then when it starts cutting this intricate design, it peels it up off the mat because there's not enough mass with these earrings to keep it on the mat. So if we can get it to cut inside first, and I know this is super huge, but if I can get it to cut inside first and then cut the outside, it will give it more mass to stay on the mat with our suede and our faux leather. So, and of course you don't want to cut your earrings that big, but I just want to make sure you guys can see everything on camera. So let's take a look at how we can fix that. And let me get over here to Design Space for you. All right, and I've just cut that. I'm just going to click Finish and come back over there, and I'm going to leave that one on the mat as black right there, so we know that that's the one. I am going to open up my Sure Cuts a Lot and go to a new project. I don't need to name it. And I am going to come in and go to Import. Because you can trace, but if you want to, but when you have a earring, or I mean an SVG, you have to import. So I'm going to open that up, and there's that same earring. And I'm just going to shrink it down some. And it's going to do some funky things here, guys. Don't panic. When it does this, I'm just going to select it. I am going to right click and break apart. And you see what it does. It turns solid. I'm just going to select it all. And I am going to, if you see this layer panel over here where it says layer name, you see I just have one little thing. No matter what I do, I just have one little thing. So I'm going to right click and break it apart again. Now this worked from yesterday. Watch it not work today. Break apart. Oh, did I ungroup? Oh, I know what I did. I pulled this out. That's what I did. Break apart. There we go. So I've got it broken apart. And you see that this is the back image back here. It's on the top, meaning it's first. It's going to cut first. These are going to cut second. I need to reverse that order. So when I reverse that order, hope I can line that back up. And I don't have it lined up. I didn't want to move it. Let me undo because I don't want to move that. I want to keep it lined up. You want to keep yours lined up too. So I'm going to copy and paste in place. Paste in place. This was much easier yesterday. I don't know why it's different today. Let me try it again. Did I just drag it in? Yes, maybe I did. That's what I did. I think I just drug it in. Right click, break apart. Break apart. That's what I did. So I just drug it in, I broke it apart, Now you see that layers panel? Instead of importing, I just broke it apart. This is what we have to change. This one right here is at the top. Let me make that a little bit smaller. See, we can see this panel. It tells you, it's hard to see, but it does say, I don't know if it'll let me stretch it bigger. This is layer 1. You can see right here 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the cut order. Okay? So if I can move this one and drag it down to the bottom, I've now changed the cut order. So now I'm going to select everything again. I am going to right click and merge and bring it back together. Now I'm going to File, Export, and I am going to name it Earring 1 onto my desktop, or you can save it in the same folder, but I'm just so I can find it easier, I'm going to put it on my desktop, and I'm going to save that Earring 1. and say okay. Now I'm done with that in SCAL. That's how easy it is. Drag it in, break it apart, move it, export it, merge it, and export it. And then you can upload it to Design Space, upload, and I am going to go over to my desktop, get earring 1 and drag it in. And just so I don't get, well, I've already got it mixed up, so I know where the other one's at. I'm going to label that earring 1 and save. And I'm going to insert it, and it's come in really, really huge. Just like the other one did. That's the way they set up the file. So I'm just going to size that one. And I know it's still really big, but that's so you guys can see it. And I'm going to change the color just so you know that we're cutting that different earring. And hit make it. It's really easy once you get used to it, Sheila, to use it. So, I mean, to me it's really worth it. You can do so much more. It's such a great complement to Design Space. So now I have this one, and I'm going to hit continue, and we're going to make this one. I'm going to switch over to the camera so you can watch how this one cuts. And of course, there we go. I got the custom warnings material thing. I don't know what's up with Design Space lately, guys. I really don't. So let me cancel it and send it back over. Usually that works. I don't know why. But it's super simple. Yeah, Patricia, it's so much easier than Inkscape is. But you can do this in Inkscape. And so I'm going to hit cut. Now let's watch this one cut the inside first and then the outside. It's finalizing. I don't know what that's about, but to me, once you hit that go button, it's final anyway. It didn't work this time. What did I do wrong? Oh, I'm cutting the wrong mat. That's what I did wrong. I'm cutting the original. When I redid it, I didn't switch mats. So it's cutting this one first. And you saw it cut the outside. So you see it cut the black one. So now let's just move this one over. I'm just going to move it over there, and we're going to cut it again. And so let's take that one out. This is the original. And now we're going to cut the one that I just doctored, the purple one. There it goes. You've never used SCAL before, Sheila? It's really, the first time you look at it, it can be a little intimidating, but if you get in there and play with it, super, super easy to use over Inkscape. But you see that it is cutting the inside first and now the outside shape. So when we reversed that order, that solved the issue with pulling it up off the mat for intricate designs. And like I said, I cut this kind of big, but I wanted you guys to be able to see it. But it did cut the inside first and then the outside, giving it enough mass to stay stuck on the mat while it cut. Of course, we're going to cut smaller, and that's what the problem is, where it comes in and it makes it so much harder to cut. Did that make sense to everybody? I can do another one over in SCAL if you guys want me to, just to show you how to change that cut order. Or we can move on and try to do one in Design Space, a Design Space earring. because I think we can change it in Design Space too, but for those of you who use SCAL and Inkscape, it's a lot quicker and a lot easier. So let me cancel this. And I'm just going to get rid of these two because we've already done those. So let's say that I wanted to cut another. Let me upload one that's different. That's the PNG. There's the SVG. So I'm going to upload, and I'm going to drag and drop that one in. And I'm just going to save it. And let's see if we can reverse the order in Design Space without SCAL. I think that we can, but I don't know if we can, if that makes sense. So, okay, I will do another one. I will do it again in SCAL just to show you how to break it apart. Let me make this about 3 inches so you guys can still see it and we can work with it. Okay, so we know if we send this over, we just uploaded. If we send it over, it's going to cut the outside first and then the inside. Not a whole lot we can do about it. But if we take another shape into Design Space, and I hope I'm doing this right, Jamie, and select it and we slice, then we have this one. If I contour that out, leave this, oops, contour. I'm trying to decide which way I want to do this. I don't know if we can change it in Design Space or not. Contour. I want to hide all contours. Nope. Show all contours. I want to get rid of this one. Leaving that. There we go. There's my slice result. I don't know. Let's try it. I need to contour it again. Hide this outside. That's what I need right there. And then I need to contour this one, hide all contours, bring this one over, align, centers, and arrange. That needs to be to the back, I believe, and slice. Now that I have sliced that out of this center, I think that it might cut inside. So let's try it. You got 6 new colors of faux leather? Well, we're going to hook you up, Miss Sheila. Hey, Pat. So, I mean, it's a little more difficult if this works in Design Space. I think I sliced an image yesterday. We tried it, and it cut inside first when we sliced. But I haven't tried it with the actual uploaded earring yet. So, we're going to load that mat up. I'm going to hide all this other stuff on the mat here. So I don't miscut again. And let's go over and check it out. Okay, mat loaded. I'm gonna pick the craft cardstock and let's see. And we're finalizing. Guess what, guys? It's cutting inside first. So there's your solution to it not cutting correctly and cutting the inside first. If you want it to cut inside first and then cut the outside so that you have more mass for your earring to stick to the mat, that's what we have to do. And you guys got to see this firsthand because I did not even test this. I tested the other one and I told Jamie I'm just going to see if it works. But there you see it cutting the outside now. And before, we know for a fact it was cutting the outside first and then inside. So again, this is super huge. You're not going to cut your earrings this big, I'm sure, but... And this is craft cardstock too, so... But there you go. Guys, we have a solution. What do you think? Do y'all want to see those steps again? Or did you guys get it? I had to first slice the earring from a shape, take that and contour it till I had just the inside pieces, and then take the shape, well, I duplicated it, and then I hit all the contours on it, put it to the back, sliced, make sure it's to the back, and slice your inside, what you have, off from the top. And then you can throw away the trash and it will cut inside first, then outside. Yay, we have solutions. So you can do it in SCAL, you can do it in Inkscape, and you can do it in Design Space. To me, it's just easier in Inkscape than it is Design Space because all of the contours and all that in clicking and hiding. But either way will work. So if you have one that's an earring in Design Space, I don't know if there's any intricate ones in there. But anything intricate, what about maybe something that you were going to cut from wood or something like that you wanted, maybe something like this that you were going to cut from wood. You would want this inside to cut, well, this isn't a good example because it is massive, but this is what we want. This is how we want it to cut. But you can do that with any of the intricate designs, like maybe this. Instead of it cutting the outside first, you would want it to cut all this inside first if you were, say, cutting that from a wood or a chipboard, and then cut the outside shape. So that's going to give us a little bit of solution to keep our material, more of our material on the mat while it does all that intricate cutting. And was that, I can't remember. I know, is it Deb Darnell or Donna? Deb or Donna? Anyway, she wanted to see how we did that in SCAL again. So let's show that one more time. I'm going to get rid of that one so we don't have it. Let's pull in. I'm just going to drag it over because it's an SVG. I don't have to import or anything. And I've got this here. I'm going to right click and break it apart. And I need my layers panel. What did I do with it there? Oh. I don't know what that is. There it is. So I've broken it apart, and when I broke it apart, it gave me all my layers. Here's my solid one. It's at the top to cut first. I don't want it to cut first. I want it to cut last, so I'm going to move it to the bottom. I'm going to select it all. Even though it looks like a big black blob, it's there. And then I am going to merge it. And now it has reset itself to cut the other way. I think if I break it apart, might show me. Might have to break it apart twice to get it. Some of them you have to do twice, but you can see all the layers. This is the order that it's going to cut. And so you just want to make sure that that outside shape is last. That's it. Did you catch it on that one? Did that make sense? And then of course, after you've done that, you have to merge. If you don't have to merge, you can group it and then take it into Design Space and slice it, but you may as well just go ahead and merge it and have it ready. And then File, Export, save it, name it. And say OK. And then you can upload it right into Design Space and it will cut like you want it. Okay, is everybody good with that? Did it make sense to all of you guys, especially all of my earring people? So now that one is set to cut as well, the right way. Dale. I know Dale, Donna, Deb. I can't remember everybody's name. I do try, but. So you guys take that and work with it. So there is a way to change your cut order, and we can still change our cut order this way if yours is in layers. If it comes in layers like it does in SCAL, then we could do it. But because they don't show us all those layers anymore, we just have our cuts, then we can't arrange it. So let's go over and play with the making of the Mickey earring. And if you guys have Design Space questions or anything like that, go ahead and ask them. Make sure you put it in caps, and that way they can see it. Now I've already cut this, so I'm just going to move the machine out of the way. And like I said, I cut the earring card out of the Disney Perfect Pair from Cricut. So you guys have that. That's what the card is. And then I just used a piece of ribbon in there. And the holes I cut, if you look at the file, I don't know if I can get it to focus in on this. I'm going to try, guys. There's a hole, but then there's a slit. And that's so if you do post, it will hold the post. And if you do a slit, that little slit, if you slide that earring down in there, it will hold it so it's not going anywhere, since you don't have anything to hold those on. So I designed it so it would work no matter which one you used. Okay. And let me get my easy press up here so that we can do these earrings. How many of you knew that you could iron on the faux suede and the leather and the faux leather, and how many of you didn't? The paw print earrings, Cynthia, came from Design Bundles. I don't know if it's going to let me give you that, but that's the link if it allows it. It came from Design Bundles in a bundle. It was called, I don't know, it's DCS earrings. But if you just type in earring, there are so many bundles, and that one is in there. So let's turn this on, and I'm using Easy Weed and foil, and I'm just going to leave it my temp at 315, guys, and my time at 30 seconds. We're not going to use anywhere near that. We're not even coming close. It is stinking cute, guys, and it's so much easier. And y'all don't laugh at me, but I had a boo-boo on my mat, and I forgot to get my VLR when I was at Brilliant Vinyl. So I have to cover it up or it gets sticky because I forget about it. But I accidentally had a piece of fabric that had some heat and bond on the back of it, and I didn't know it, and I put it down, and I was ironing, and it stuck to my mat. So I'm just going to cover it. I'm not even going to use that part of the mat. I'm just going to use it up here so you guys can see, but I don't want it on my press. And it's already heated up. It's ready to go. Now I cut my Mickey heads out of the red suede, the faux suede from Cricut. And it comes in a, I think, 5 or 6 color. It's the rustic sampler is what I had. And it comes with several colors in red, black, the browns, tan, and yeah, I think that's it. And a caramel color. Now you can use fusible webbing and have a mess and all that stuff for E6000, whatever it is you use for your earrings to glue them together. Whatever you want to use, by all means use that. But you don't want to glue these together yet. I cut an extra just so you guys could see. I ran mine through my Creative Station. That's all I did. And it worked perfectly fine. I just cranked it in there. And made a sticker out of it. That's it. Now you do want to, because this is your suede, you want to go around these edges really good because you don't want the earring to be sticky on the sides. So make sure that you get something sharp or something that's made to do this and go around so you don't have any sticky like you do sometimes with cardstock and intricate cuts. You don't want any of that. And then you're just going to peel it off. And this is where the sticky is, except for where your image was. Now the sticky's behind that, for those of you who haven't used one. So you can get that ready, and then you want to prepare your other little Mickey head for its iron on. And I don't know if I have one handy. I usually do. Well, I can't find it. I usually have my mat. How about I use this one? I usually have I take an old mat and I cut it up for small jobs, and I can't find it right now. So I'm just going to use my big mat. But it helps me when I'm weeding little bitty pieces and things like that to use that. Now this line is extremely small, so don't lose your pieces, guys, because when you're doing the earrings, they're small. And that's all that white line that you have. That's it. Teeny tiny little piece. Then I'm going to stick this piece down and weed it. Because I don't want to lose that guy. And then I have my gold foil. It kind of helps with the weeding too because it's stuck down. And of course I mirrored my iron-on. And now I'm going to take my Mickey head, and it should be, a little bit of it's going to stick to the mat down here so that I can kind of keep it together. And I'm just going to line that up where I want it. And then I'm going to stick my suede to the mat. And then I'm going to pick it all up at one time. So I know that that guy is right where I want it. Okay? Move that out of the way, and I am going to lay him down. And if you bump him, you can move him. But to me, it was just easier to line up that way. And then I'm letting my carrier sheet kind of stick to the mat so that it doesn't move. And I am going to press it for like 3, maybe 5 seconds. Okay? That's it. Just 3 to 5 seconds. And then I'm going to peel off that carrier. I'm done with it. And it's going to curl up a little bit. Don't worry about it. Got a little bit of trash or something on there. I don't know what I have on there, but must have been on the carrier. There, got it off. Now I need that white piece, and I've got it right here so I don't lose it. I'm just going to lift it up. And then you're just going to line that up right up under the hat. Not on top of it, just right up under it. And it's going to stick just like tape. Another maybe 3 to 5 seconds. That's it. And then I'm going to peel that carrier off. Now I have my little buttons. Going to line them up where I want them. And now I'm going to press for like 15 seconds. So I'm going to start my timer. Even though it's on 30 seconds, I'm going to give it 15 seconds. Just so those foil dots stay where they're supposed to stay. And there we go. Teflon sheet wants to have some static in it. Foil is cold peel, so you'll want to make sure that you get it cooled off before you peel. I'm just going to turn my easy press off. Don't need it. And now that it's cool, peel that off. Then I'm going to peel this back. And I'm going to bring my mat back in because when you stick this, guys, it's stuck. So I want it to stay on my mat. You can put it on there and rub it down and then peel that off if you want, whatever's easier for you. And then, of course, you want to line up your ears first. And press it down. Now it's finished on the front and on the back. Okay? There is a hole cut in the suede, and that's just to make it easier. It's just a teeny tiny hole, guys. I did not put it in the iron-on. There's really not any need. But you can come back here and you can kind of feel it and then just poke with your cricut pick. And I got off a little bit on that. Guys, pay more attention than what I did. I don't know how I got off there, but I did. Oh, I can get it apart. So you can re-stick a little bit with these. You may want to use your E6000, whatever it is that you use to glue your earrings. You can use any of those. There we go. Just going to make sure I'm, yep, same place. And then you're just going to put your finding in there, which I am terrible at this, so you guys bear with me. Need a jump ring. You'll want a jump ring. I'm just going to get one that's a little, this one may be a little large, but I'm going to use it anyway, just so you guys can see. I'm just going to open up that jump ring and going to get my earring finding. I'm going to run the jump ring through the hole. and just pull it up to the top. And then I'm going to put my finding on. And then we're going to close the jump ring. And these are not my jewelry tools. That's just something I have handy because I'm probably going to pull this apart and put a smaller jump ring on. And then you want to make sure your jump ring is even and all of that good stuff. And there you have it. Put it through the hole on the card. Oh, I'm on backwards. I always do that. Make sure you put your earring on the finding and everything the right way. So let me pull that apart and flip him around. I don't know why I always do that. And they won't hang right if you've got them backwards on the ear or on the card. So make sure of that. So once you've got all of that done, put it on the card, and with the wires you're going to pull it down into that slit. That's all there is to it. Oops, I'm off camera. Sorry about that, guys. But you just put it in the hole and just slide it down. All right. Any questions, guys? And again, this file is free, craftingwithapril.co. You just have to go and request it. If you're a patron, you don't have to request it. All you have to do is go to the exclusives tab, and it's there because I made a boo-boo and put it on the wrong tab. But everybody should have access to it. Oh, thanks, guys. I don't know which one I'm more excited about, the little Mickey earrings or the fact that we can now cut earrings intricate without it chewing up our material. But yeah, the Xyron worked for me on this. I don't know how long or how well it will hold, but I mean, if these are for a kid, I don't know how long that the suede earrings will hold up anyway before they lose one. What else is the Creative Station used for? The Creative Station is used if you cut a die cut, or if you cut say some embellishments that are really intricate for your cards, Dale, then you can run those through there instead of trying to dab glue on every little piece to make it lay down. You can just run it through here and turn it into a sticker. That's basically what it does, is it turns it into a sticker. Because all of this is sticky. And the sticky part is under. It's on this paper. All the stick is on the paper. So when you put it through, it puts this clear coating on the top of it so that you can rub it and it will lift all the sticky from around it and leave it underneath your embellishment. See, so now the sticky is now on here instead of on here. And now I have an additional sticker. So you can do that with any paper, anything that's thin that will go through there. Paper, faux leather, faux suede. What else have I run through this thing? Cardstocks. And you can get this at scrapbook.com. There's a link below. You can get it at Amazon. You can get it at Polizzi. There's links for all of those places below. And just search Creative Station. This is the 9-inch, I think. I think this one is the 9 and the 5. It'll take both cartridges. Yes, it will glue cardstock. You're basically making a sticker out of whatever you run through there. It just has a cartridge inside. Here's the cartridge, and it has clear cellophane on the top and sticky paper underneath. And you just run them through and it puts them together. Yeah, they're super handy to have, especially in a hurry, because I'm actually with the suede, with the faux leather, it may be a little bit different, but I was really afraid to put glue on the suede, and I didn't want to, I only have one piece of red, and I didn't want to ruin it by putting glue on there that might make it too wet and dampen it or ruin the finish on the outside or the back, because you know how sometimes you can put glue on some items and it'll soak it right up, and especially reds. Reds change colors to the slightest little thing, and I didn't want to mess that up, so I knew that I could use this Xyron and it would not affect the suede. And unless you pull this apart, it's not coming apart unless you intentionally pull it apart like I did. So, is everybody good on everything? All your projects? Anybody have any project questions? Design space questions? Any project issues? Any questions about tonight's tutorial on our new find of rearranging the cut in Design Space with SCAL and without? Give everybody a second to respond. I know there's a short delay. A closer view, Ellen, of the earrings or the Creative Station? Let's see if I can get it up in there. There's a little bit of a delay. Let me see if I can see my other camera. There we go. But that's the earring card, and that is a double-sided cardstock, guys, so you can do whatever side you want. I just wanted to use this. There's plenty of room on here, so if you want to put your, like, happy birthday and their name or whatever, plenty of space to do that on the card. Did that help, Ellen? Did that help you see? But yeah, using the Caesar Easy Weed, what I didn't, I mean, there's black faux leather and all of that, but why build up and have it so thick and so heavy that it's bulky? You don't want that, especially with an earring. So if you can use some iron-on on it, it's nice and smooth and one level. It's not bulky, and it's easy to wear, I guess is what I'm saying. And you guys don't have to put the white strip on there if you don't want to, if you feel intimidated. You don't have to do that, but I think it just broke it up and gave it a nice little look. I saw a design similar to it on Pinterest. There's so many different designs, and I kind of liked it, so I duplicated it in Design Space. Not my design. I'm not authorized to sell Disney and I don't work for Disney, so I just threw some circles together. That's all I did. Yeah, you can do that, Sue, with all of them. I would essentially probably set up my iron-on to go on it and everything before, and then iron it on after I cut. Some people, now if you're going to cut like a whole sheet, maybe you want to cut a whole sheet and just decorate the whole sheet and let them cut where they may. That way there's some differences on them, not with these earrings, but with others, so that they have random patterns on them. Could do that too. This is a easy way to use up scraps, because that's what I used. I used some scraps that I had that were just teeny tiny little scraps. You're very welcome. All right, guys, I appreciate everybody joining me. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you, moderators. If anybody has any questions or anything that didn't get answered, or any problems arise, or you forget, you can play this back. It'll be available for replay. And if you get stuck or confused, message us. We'll help you. I can help you, or just post it up on Facebook, and one of us will help you get there. And I will see you guys on, this is the, let's see. Okay, I will see you guys next Monday. I don't know what we're going to do. Actually, that's Easter Monday. Is everybody cool with us doing a video Easter Monday? I just want to be sure. Okay, I'll see you guys on the 22nd. We'll do a live. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then on the 29th at noon, don't forget, we have Pinteresting projects. So we're going to recreate something we found off Pinterest. I have not chosen that project yet, so I will be finding something and we will recreate it and show our version of it. So you guys don't forget that on Saturday. I'm sorry, I said the 29th. It's Saturday the 20th. Yes, no, the 27th. Saturday the 27th. Pinteresting projects, and Monday the 15th. That's 22nd. Today's the 15th. Duh. It's tax day. You'll be hyper from stealing the kids' candy. Yeah, so just so we don't get confused, because I confused myself there. Monday, 7 p.m. on the 22nd, and then Pinteresting projects on the 27th at noon. So, yes, please, guys, give me a thumbs up and a like, and please share your information. Let them come and watch the video. Y'all have a great night. Thank you.